who build true consensus in this body. And in fact, I went to the extent of saying, and I am saying it again, his interjections, the way he dealt with the GST Council, he almost created a new patriotic favor in financial jargon, so much so that in spite of so many arguments, ultimately we came to converge, and with divergent views, we came to one single conclusion, and that's how every decision in this council has been taken by consensus. I was very attentively listening to every single word what Mr. N.K. Singh had to say. Unfortunately, I want to totally differ with him, and differ based on merit. I want to say here that one thing what you spoke about was comparing ourselves to our peer countries. India is such a large nation. I call it a combination of small countries, diverse that we are. And ultimately to succeed to the extent that we have succeeded in GST, in a new regime of indirect taxation, where we touch almost a crore on average, 98,000 revenue, speaks for big success of the new regime of indirect taxation called GST. I want to emphasize on this, big success. I take this opportunity before moving further. Just because of a slight slowdown in our economy, if we take knee-jerk reactions, if we do not have mature reactions financially, financial jargon, we will be found wanting. And I want to congratulate the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaraman ji for taking the bold step which will propel our economy to bigger heights, to getting more investment, to industrialists rising to the occasion and getting new industrial activity, economic activity taking place, generating more employment, which will lead to a feel-good feeling. Today, Indians, remember, are sentimental. Today, we are low on sentiment. You have to improve that sentiment. The decision what she has taken about an hour ago is going to improve the sentiments. The very fact that census figures have risen high speaks of that rising sentiment among the industry. See what cascading effect this is going to have. In the GST Council here, rather we have been emphasizing on rationalization. Rationalization being revenue neutral. What was happening in the pre-GST regime, those particular rates to those commodities come as close as possible without revenue loss, whether to the center or whether to the states. States have been very conscious. And if at all, we have lowered rates. In some cases, maybe we were a little fast. Why? Bowing again to the sentiments of our fellow citizens, our Indians who wanted lower rates. But even now, with the present infrastructure, as you talk of tinkering with the whole architecture called GST, I say it will be fallacious thinking. It will be very fallacious. When we are touching almost a crore of revenue, and when it is officially acknowledged that there are leakages in the revenue, there is evasion of almost 40,000 crores, our financial intelligence has to improve. We have to get that financial intelligence working in states. We have to get it working at the central level. And together, we have to see that the lift evasion is there. And then you will have your revenues rising. You have also at the same time talked of having just 3 rates or 2 rates. Yes, we will achieve that. Let there be buoyancy in the collection. Buoyancy is going to be there. Plug your leakages. Increase the revenue. And this is not the singularly responsibility of only the states. It is also the responsibility of the center as well. We both have to work together. And that is what the last 36 meetings of the GST Council have achieved. Therefore, we have reached so far. I think it's a big success which is being appreciated. I don't want an impression to go out, at least from this Goa meeting, that Mr. Chairman of the Finance Commission came and said so. He said the architecture is not working, therefore we have to tinker. It will send a wrong message. It will send a wrong message to every stakeholder. I don't think we need to do that. We are on the right path. We are moving forward in the right manner. Yes, everything has scope for improvement. Rates have to be rationalized. When I have been arguing with Mr. Jaitley ji on so many issues, like I will give just one example, not that it's already there in my agenda, not that I am trying to push something right now, I will push it when the agenda comes. Like I was saying, the tourism footfall will decrease, you have to decrease. And today we have 30% fall in Goa, which is also all over the country. Our Honorable Prime Minister pitches for see India first and then you go abroad. When that will happen? When you have low rates being levied. We are very high when you compare to other states. So we, in every sense of the word, we have to be able to compare ourselves with what is happening in our neighborhood for similar facilities being available, for similar infrastructure being offered, for similar things which you get for a price. We have to be comparable with that. It's only then that India will be a favored place. And when we say make in India, actually, when I say we are a combination of nations, we have everything in our country. But it needs a little bit of fine tuning. It's like a television, when you get the signals, sometimes it's not clear. Even with advanced technology, sometimes you have बारिश की वजह से अब signal नहीं आएगा. ये भी होता है, ये इस ज़माने में भी होता है. So we have yet to reach that level. If we are thinking sitting here that there is going to be an ideal quick fix solution in one go to the regime of GST, it will not happen. We all have to apply our mind. Let us not, for God's sake, even think of tinkering with the architecture of GST. It's a fine architecture which was done with much deliberation, with much thought, and I have always complimented the officials both from center and states for really giving us something really good, along with the financial brains who comprise the finance ministers of different states and the center as well. Let us not think about tinkering with that. We are using technology in the regime of GST. Our invoice matching has not been there to the desired extent. That is one of our lacuna. We have to be able to compare the invoices to know where there is leakage, who is doing what mischief from where. We see, it is one thing to have correct data. It is another thing to use it correctly and appropriately, which is not happening. It is there that we have to pull up our socks. This regime of GST was ready much earlier. Mr. Pandey will agree with me that it was only GSTN which was not ready to the desired extent which it was necessary in the beginning. So like that, certain glitches were there, but we have overcome them satisfactorily. So I simply want to say, let us not move backwards. Let us think properly and with a proper application of mind, which I expected to happen in Goa. Goa, don't forget, so many important things have always happened in Goa. Only one thing I remember, and I very fondly remember. If I have the tallest leader in the country, in our Prime Minister, it also happened in Goa. His anointing took place in Goa. So I expect you to go with a good, positive mind, with good decisions in the GST Council. Nirmala Sitaraman ji, our Honorable Finance Minister, has given us more reason than one to be happy. The whole industry, entire country will be happy. Announcement happened from Goa. Thank you, Madam ji. You have made the whole captains of industry happy. I hope that will kickstart our economy. So therefore, apply your mind properly. Let us not have any negative thinking, and let us come to good conclusions. And for God's sake, there is no need to tinker. My strong view, no need to tinker with this beautiful architecture of GST, which everyone here has applied their mind properly. Arun Jaitley was the true architect. And as a true tribute to him, let us only think on improving it. Yes, get it down only to sin goods being with higher rates, higher cess. get one or two rates to converge at one, but we are yet to reach that level. Let us reach that level in terms of collection, in terms of buoyancy in our revenue, which is bound to happen. It is a slowdown. Now with the announcement of our Honorable Finance Minister, again that sentiment may suddenly improve so much. It will be far beyond our expectation.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
The last two in this intervention.
Madam.